Please. And thank you, Cathaoirleach. Minister, you're welcome here, but again on a very difficult subject matter. I really want to acknowledge, I suppose, I know Senator Regina Doherty and Senator Mary Siri Carney, who worked with our group to put forward this private member's motion. It's crucial here that you'll see with the motion, what we're calling on here is that the HSE is looking at these families that are awaiting surgery. It really is about taking urgent action to make alternative arrangements so that families and children are not waiting further. And this is very difficult, Minister. It's an extremely difficult situation that we are in, and I suppose in terms of your department as well. The challenges and questions that arise here, there are multiple. And I suppose, Minister, you as well, have pushed for publications of reports. I'm aware of that, and the department have pushed for open publication of these reports in relation to the activities within the Children's Hospital. Minister, I suppose here we will need to see the steps that we can do. Obviously, there's going to be the steps to evaluate and examine all of the activity and what needs to be done in relation to that. That's one part of this. The other part of this is how do we move forward without it increasing the waiting list time or months and months of waiting? I don't know, are there ways that we can look at this to move some of this forward? We do need excellence, obviously, in orthopaedics. We need to know, be it medical devices and implants and so on, that they have gone through all of the procedures. We are aware in terms of the HPRA and so on, we know the excellence in terms of regulation around medical devices. We know the amount of time when it comes to clinical trials, the amount of the importance with all of this, to get to approval, to get to FDA approval, for any of these devices. It's so thorough, it is. But, what has occurred here is something that will require really close examination. And I suppose, Minister, in moving forward, how do we move forward from this? And your insight into this would be very appreciated here. I know there can be things when it comes to research in terms of ethics and ethics approval and ethics committees, and they usually exist with most universities that would work with hospitals around research studies, when they're looking at doing tests and pilots and so on in relation to some of this. But ethics approval would be for a certain type of research, and where this, again, is something separate within a hospital. Again, what is the policy around that when it comes to ethics and so on? Minister, I know you've heard from so many of us here just in relation to this private members bill. The key ask here is that there are, of course, two parts to this: the examination of what occurred and actions that need to be taken in relation to that. But most importantly, for those families that are waiting in relation to curvature of the spine and how we can move that forward, we will be here to listen and to support you in that. Garmagad.